Do you have a lawyer right now when it comes to your artistry? Any legal team?
Sadly, the answer is no.
Why not?
Well, I mean, to be completely honest, I've been an artist for so long
Okay.
that I'm just now transitioning into I've got to be a businesswoman too. And that's the extreme long and short of it. Just simply that. I don't even feel like at this point that I need to focus so much on my artistry as I do need to focus on the business, because
Okay.
that's the part that's hardest to learn, hardest to find answers about, on how to structure things, on how to go about, building on top of yourself. That's the part that is elusive when in
Okay.
conversation with other people. It's
Okay.
like some huge secret, how to build a career in the music industry and do enough to call it a career.
Okay. So you're like, if I understand you, so you're trying to learn the legal aspect of the
Right.
actual music business. Is that what it is?
Right.
Okay. So you don't think you need any professional help?
I'm positive I need professional help,
Okay.
but I'm also positive that I need a budget. And there's other little things that I feel like I need in place before I can waste somebody else's time with helping me.
Okay.
Nobody needs to help me from ground zero. I at least need to be at like ground 5.
Okay.
Basic stuff. I got most of my basics covered, but I would be wasting somebody's time if I was like, "Can I get a lawyer?" They're gonna be like, "What are you even doing?"
Okay.
To need a lawyer for? You're just riding up and down the East Coast right now.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I mean, the lawyers cost money anyway, so you gotta have the budget for it.
Gotta have something to get a lawyer to do.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. So, do you have a team right now in place? Who helped you as far as your artistry?
That's my ace right
You
there.
have a manager?
This is my ace right here.
Okay.
This chick right here is my motivator. Somebody that gives me some general direction going because what she does. But no, maybe I have trust issues. It's hard to find people who just want to be that thing that you need to be. Like a
Okay.
producer that just wants to be your producer, an engineer that wants to be your engineer, a manager that wants to be your manager. People who want to play their part without stretching themselves too thin and then not being as effective or efficient for you as they can be. And just finding people to trust in general. Like,
Okay.
people in all of those positions, including mine, are lazy these days. I've wasted a lot of time with a lot of different people trying to put together a team. They have wasted my time, my money, and my opportunities. And so
Yeah.
I just got to a point where I was like, man, I got to do all of this, play all of these parts by myself. And then I got to another point where I was like, I can't do this all by myself. So what do I do?
So what is the option now? Like,
Um,
is you balance between trying to have a team and not like, I know you have your ace is the way you're referring to her, but who else you have? Like, you don't have any like you say you produce yourself. Um, what else do you do, like other people do for you, that you think is helping your artistry?
well, that's where trips like this came.
Okay.
That was the point. Traveling, meeting new people.
Okay.
People I met, they're event planners, they're other artists, they're people who I can connect with, and we can serve each other a purpose and get stuff done that way. Because I've had a lot of time to think on how to capitalize on the smaller things versus I'm in go mode now. I
Okay.
did a lot of sit back and let me see when the perfect time to strike is. There is none.
Okay.
It never comes. Those people don't ever just walk into your life. I don't know who started that rumor, but it's a lie. You got to get out there. You got to see who you can shake hands with, and then talk about what you guys can do for each other and see where that can take you. And that's just how I'm finding like little pieces to my team.
Okay. So, at this point, like, what is the network that you have in place to showcase your talent? Do you go to any open mic? And everybody got social media. I'm pretty sure you have Instagram, you have Twitter. And what other avenues do you have to showcase your talent?
Well, once upon a time, I was performing up and down Maryland, Virginia, and
Okay.
DC when I lived in like Maryland, DC, wherever Branch Avenue is. It's like
Yeah.
right on the line of those two. These days, though, I'm like, where we had that conversation about the whole being in front of the public eye. I wouldn't mind just being an artist, putting out music, and then performing on live. Like that's, when I found out that home tours was a thing, I was like, what? I can do tours in people's homes and like keep a small audience and just not. I mean, that's just where my mind has been. I know most people are like, I want to perform in front of 10,000. I'd rather perform in front of 10,000 in some studio like this on camera where 10,000 people are watching it.
Yeah.
It never have to go anywhere because that's an opportunity that's been created by today's advancements.
Yeah, it's technology.
You know? So I'm not opposed to that. You know, I like doing meet and greets, shaking people's hands, sitting down and having one-on-one conversations with people about who I am. But as far as like performing in front of 20,000 people, I don't think that would give me a rush, unless I was like on stage with my ace and a couple others and we were just turned up. But that's not like my dream.
Okay.
You know, it's just something that could happen.
So you don't really want to perform in front of like live audience right now. I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, you don't have a choice. But you know, as far as the technology right now, you know, nothing wrong with that, I guess.
Like it's like I mean I don't mind. I'm just more personal. Like I would rather be like, okay, let's invite 20 people over and we do like a personal party. I don't know why. It's just more my speed. But I've done the being on stage. You know, when I rap, etc. I'm very animated, so I do like for people to see me so that they can like appreciate what I'm saying because it'll go by too fast sometimes.
Okay, so what is your opinion when it comes to the open mics? Do you think they're efficient as far as promoting new artists, or just a waste of time?
It's a waste of time if you don't take advantage. You can always sell merchandise that further spreads your name. You can always do stuff like go live while we do an interview and further promote yourself. You can always take it. I mean, there's people there, you can sell CDs to them. You can give them CDs. If you just go into open mic, getting on stage and be like, all right, somebody will hit me up. Like, that's where your first mistake was. You didn't have any plan aside from just, you know.
I usually don't see that, though. Most of the time when I go to open mics, as soon as the artists like finish performing, they just leave. They don't even wait to see the other artists performing.
Right.
So I see that a lot. I don't know if you have done that in the past,
no,
but
sir. That's a bad move.
I've seen it a lot of times. So and I don't see anybody promoting their music. It's just like, okay, get on the mic and do what they have to do and just leave. You know, there's no networking. You know, nothing going on. So you don't think it's very efficient in your point of view? No.
I mean, I was never that artist. Number one, that was always a code that we stuck to. How you gonna have an audience left if everybody that gets on the stage and the people that they brought leave after they leave? Like that is so. I don't know. Maybe I'm from the '80s. I'm an '80s baby. That's rude. Like at the very end of the day, that's just impolite to leave before. What you get and what you can make of it is what you should be focused on as an artist. Do the open mic and do some other stuff too. Stage shake people's hand, like you said. Go live with a couple people. Take some selfies with some people. Go talk to the DJ and find out where they're gonna be next, so you can show them love, or find out who they put in rotation. Like it's just a bunch of question and answers. You know, lazy artists. They're just that. They're just lazy artists. So
if I were to contact you today, where should I go?
That's a great question.
As far as social media or
Facebook is where I live.
You still use Facebook? I don't use Facebook.
I know. But see, the thing is, I have a career, like my job. I'm a manager in a restaurant. So I just live on Facebook. It's just where people in a certain demographic are. They're not necessarily my music audience, but it's like as far as where I come alive at Instagram. Especially after a day like today, you know, going live for like, well, we was like having a personal party for like 2 hours in I keep calling her Just Lo, in Logan's room, like in her little studio room. We literally just got on Instagram. They had a brush session, you know, because they represent their different wavers clubs for people with waves and stuff. And we literally just turned on music. They was brushing their hair, and we were just like dancing for like 2 hours, like, and that just a spike in, you know. So that's I guess my Instagram is really where you'll see like my music. Connect with me on that. Facebook.
So no Twitter, no Twitter.
Me and Twitter, I'm bored.
I don't have Twitter neither. I like Instagram. That's the only thing I have, and Facebook that I don't use that much anymore. But Instagram mainly right now.
I'm trying to ride some little social media waves. So Instagram is where I'm just like, man, this is where artists are. Let me get over here.
Okay, so what is your opinion when it comes to the 360 deal?
This goes back to if you got a plan, it doesn't matter what the deal is. If that deal is supposed to be the start all end all for you, then this goes back to you were a fool from the gate, and that's where your foolishness set in, and not because you got given this deal. If somebody said, I'm gonna give you this deal and I'm gonna give you this money and you gotta pay me this money back, it's no different than someone saying, you want to start a business? Okay, well here's the money to invest in it, and I'm expecting this plus the percentage on the return. So if that's something you can deal with, then deal with it. If it's not, because you're not business savvy enough or you don't have enough plan to take advantage of that, get what you need to get out of it and give them back what you owe, then don't do it.
Okay.
It's all on you and how educated you are about, what you can do with it.
But it feels like when it comes to those kind of stuff, the 360 deal, like you need a better legal representation because, I don't think most rappers are kind of like savvy when it comes to understanding the legal
True.
aspect of the music business. So people get screwed over, and then you can't even get out of the contract because you owe so much money to the record label, and if you don't pay the money back, or you don't fulfill whatever obligation you have towards the record label, they're not gonna let you go. So you see those cases all the time. So, and you say you don't have any legal representation right now. So if something opens up right now, how are you going to handle that?
Also not signing a 360 deal. But that's with anything. If you buy a house, you can't pay the mortgage, et cetera, et cetera. You sign into things and you can't pay what you owe, it's going to be a problem.
Okay.
So my first thing would be, why am I signing this and I don't have a plan? Before I ever signed anything, I would go get legal representation. Then I would need them.
Okay.
But there's too much you can do on your own before you put your name on a piece of paper and connect it with somebody else. It's way too much. I have a couple of years dealing with things that aren't related, but that can be tied into music, network marketing, direct sales, affiliate sales. So learning about the concept of how those things work, participating in it, opened up ideas to me that may not be ideas the next artist had. Finding out stuff like, for instance, you remember when Beyonce released that audio visual album where she had like 17 songs and then she made 17 videos to go with it. When she did that, I was just discovering this company called File Ice. And what they do is they allow you to upload things to their site. And when it'll give you a link for people to download it. And when they click the link and they download it, you get paid anywhere between 50 cents and $1 per download. So being knowledgeable about outside things, that has nothing to do with music. But if I'm promoting something and I upload it on there and then I give that link to people to download, whether they pay for my song or not becomes irrelevant because I've learned how to make money on the back end for the same action and putting together like systems like that for myself so that I can be creating an income, but it's not all just music. This is outside knowledge that's just being tied into what I'm doing. Okay. That's on me. It's just too much technology. There's too much out there for me to just be like a sitting duck. And I just, to be quite honest, was just lazy. I just like most artists, I just want to be an artist. I don't want to have to put on my artist hat, put on my lawyer hat, put on my entrepreneur hat. I'm sick of wearing fucking hats. I just want to wear and it's like, that's why being an artist is the last thing on my mind because you got to be everything else or you got to pay. Where is this money coming from? Where is it coming from? Unless you create it first.
So what is your source of income right now? Like, how'd you get paid for your artistry? Like, or you just use your 9-to-5 money to finance your artistry right now?
I had to. I was a server.
It costs money to go to the studios.
It does, but if you buy your own equipment,
But okay, that makes sense.
It's just about where you invest it. You can buy your own equipment and then pay $25 an hour to have somebody mix it.
Okay.
Instead of paying $50 an hour to have somebody record it, and then on top of that, have somebody mix it and pay for that.
Okay.
And I've been recording myself since the 6th grade on hardware and then software. So I'm not ignorant to that process either. I just don't have the time. That's what a lot of things come down to. I was a server for 4 years before I became a manager in the same company. So even though I was making a lot of cash in hand, as a server, I took the management position so I could be in places like this.
Okay.
I'm on vacation for a week. I wasn't able to take vacations when I was just doing what I was doing before. So I was like, let me take this so that I can take vacations, do photo shoots, do video shoots, and still be getting paid. I only had to work 15 days out of this month to get 4 checks. That was a part of my strategy to keep my music,